Welcome back, Wrestle Nerds. Victor Villain here, along with Wrestling Entertainment's champions. Gentlemen, please introduce yourselves.
JP Savage, Audi and in.
Your voice cracked, you little bitch. Mischief, you heard?
Pretty chubby. Flaco, dímelo mi gente.
Ese flaco ahí. Gentlemen, it is hot. It is sizzling back here. Me voy a quemar. And, yo, what the hell are we even doing tonight? Because it's time for prepping people for the pre-show for Hell in a Cell, but we don't even know the actual card tonight. We don't know how many. It's up for debate. We're going to figure it out tonight. We're going to tell y'all pre-show style, very, very early that is, how many matches we predict will happen because it's only 4 so far announced. We are a little ahead of the game, but that's all we do. Gentlemen, what are we most excited for tonight on Hell in a Cell?
What I'm most excited for is to make sure you subscribe and like Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots, HPC2C on IG and Twitter. You're welcome. Here. Now, you're welcome once again.
We got the K's going nice, too. We brought the Hell in a Cell with us tonight.
We got Sasha. We got Sasha and Bailey. Hell in a Cell. Come on now.
Listen. If you're gonna bury the lead, give it over to me. Because yes, we have Sasha and Bailey, 2 of the top 4 competitors, arguably in the world, and you have Sasha in her home, in her realm, in a Hell in a Cell against Bailey.
Sasha,
it's a story that stands the test of time.
Sasha has been a tremendous performer in the Hell in a Cell. She, like Randy Orton, can talk shit about how many times they've wrestled and excelled in the cell. Maybe not getting as many W's as they should, but they certainly end up there a lot. So it's always fun. Like, Sasha always has a good match in the cell, man. So I'm really excited about it too.
I want them to take it back to Brooklyn on this tonight, man. I want to get those vibes again, bro. That NXT Brooklyn showdown was classic, and we still don't stop talking about it till today. I want this to be that and much more, but I'm just a greedy. So who can't really.
Who do you think wins though? Like, does Bailey keep that title? Does she take it? What's up?
No, I think Bailey's done.
It's time. It's Sasha's time.
Sasha's time to be the boss. It's boss time.
Remember, in this feud, and you have to agree, it has been pretty masterful as of late. In this feud, you have Sasha being the babyface. Bailey is the heel. Bailey has, through this transformation, through this reign, Bailey has done something John Cena has never been able to do. And she did a full heel turn. And, you had all the children. You had Izzy herself. Make sure to look out for Izzy shooting the ish with the bad guys. Izzy herself, her hero, changed it to a heel. And you have Sasha as the babyface. Sasha's been chasing the entire time. Sasha's been the one that's been stepped on the entire time. Her reign has been fought through and defended. Sasha's been in that corner. So Sasha's the one that's going to come out of her element with the gold on her shoulder.
I definitely see it as her time, man. And the character of Bailey has kind of diminished with this heel turn at this point. It was great when it happened, and the run has been great. So I think that's better than subpar. But I think it's just
we're all saying Sasha.
Yeah, I'm saying Sasha.
Unanimous decision. Sasha.
Right, cool. I'm cool with that. Now, hear me out. Sasha.
Here's why we're wrong.
No. Sasha needs to, if she's gonna get this win, she needs to keep this title and have a run.
Have a one successful title defense?
No, more than that. And I think the very next test is gonna be Charlotte. Is it not?
Okay.
Like, is it not?
I'm here for it. That was their last Hell in a Cell partner. So I mean, you can only go from here to there, right?
That's what
now. Are you claiming that Charlotte wins a Rumble again? because Charlotte is part of Raw, right?
Is she? Is she Raw?
Yeah, she's Raw.
Yeah. Charlotte's definitely Raw.
She's Raw.
Is she also on Monday Night Raw too?
Yeah, that too.
Oh, well then, yeah, I guess you're right. If that's the thing.
Well, remember one thing. That there's still time till that, and COVID is still among us, so things could always change. The card is subject to change, folks, and that gives opportunity to many other superstars. I mean, I look at NXT and I get excited when I see the return of Ember Moon, when I see the return of Tony Storm. Don't be surprised.
See the return?
If you don't be surprised if Tony Storm gets the Keith Lee treatment.
Do
not be surprised. Do not be surprised. Tony Storm is the type of talent that can be brought straight to the top and be put up against somebody like Sasha Banks.
Facts.
So let's see what happens. Let's see what they can do. Let's see. Cameraman.
That debut. I've never stared at an entrance so long in my life. Given it was, I paused. I paused it by accident.
Speaking of entrance, how about the entrance Elias made for his concert?
Who's your master?
Bang!
What a moment. I never thought that he'd ever pull off the concert, and we finally got it.
I never thought I would see him pull off Ashley Simpson and shit. Lip syncing like a mo. You know that was recorded in the studio.
Baby.
Come on, man. How is he lagging?
JP said Ashley Simpson.
How is
he
lagging?
Ashley Simpson reference on here.
How is he lagging? Hey, she's married to Diana Ross's son.
No research. I know
she's married to Diana Ross's son.
There are 0 wrestling podcasts that mention Ashley Simpson until today.
Diana Ross.
Tracy Ellen Ross. Anywho,
Tracy Ellis Ross is a snack.
Shout out to Burner account.
Yo, what's up?
Shout out to Burner account. Wow. Anywho, listen, Elias with a performance of a lifetime, and then you have the decrepit Jeff Hardy. Come and attack him. Break a perfectly fine-tuned guitar over this man's back. Like why?
Perfectly tuned.
Did he not know we're in a pandemic? Guitars are scarce.
There's a guitar shortage. Look at the Guitar Center.
Everybody, listen, go to Guitar Center. You're gonna have trouble finding a guitar. Because everybody been home. And people are trying to learn how to play the guitar. I've had three myself. I've had three and I still don't know how to play the shit. I'm telling you.
Shout out to the drum.
Ain't no guitars here at Guitar Center.
That's because you play with yourself too much, JP.
Wait a minute.
Shout out to toys.
Hey, listen. Nobody said what strings I had to pull off.
Shout out to toys and self-care.
That's right.
It's good to have Elias doing something and Jeff Hardy this evening tonight. I think they will play a nice little decent role in between cell matches and maybe possibly the main event. Who knows? The next match we have on this card is not the main event, but is the third match of the evening. Jey Uso against his cousin Roman with Paul Heyman on his corner. Once again, the rematch in a I Quit Hell in a Cell match. Guys, they're bringing down the cell for this. Why? Porque this is why. Because Porcus.
You know, initiation, right? You know, gang life. You know. I don't want to get into that, but remember this match.
I'm with it.
Uso.
I'm here for it. I'm with you.
Hey, you act like Mischief Night don't happen. You know Mischief Night is coming, baby. Come on now, don't go to Newark.
Wait, what the fuck? You get a night? You can't get a night.
Listen,
they trusted him with a night. That's some bullshit.
Listen, man. All I gotta say is Roman Reigns is at the top of the food chain right now, especially with Paul Heyman in his corner, and he already said it. You will fall in line, and what I predict is you're gonna see Roman Reigns beat the crap out of Jey Uso, and you're gonna have Paul Heyman with the mic,
Get the pow pow
and they're
out
gonna
of here.
ask him, "Do you quit and do you commit and do you fall in line to this
They're
new
gonna say,
faction?"
So the
Say,
match,
that's
so the match doesn't end on "I quit."
No, it ends on
Roman
I'm
Reigns
part
keeps
of
going.
Bloodline.
He's like, I don't want you to quit. You're gonna commit.
Yep.
I commit to quit.
Like,
It rhymes.
Roman Reigns is the worst military recruiter.
Oh,
You are really aggressive,
No.
sir.
It's part of some type of self-actualization phase, and you have to break them down to build them back up.
You still talking about gang shit?
Nah, I'm talking about the Hell in a Cell match that has an I Quit match in it.
There's too many fucking stipulations, man.
Where are the dogs? Where are the dogs and the blue cage?
I
Where?
bet you the stage is gonna
man.
have stairs too.
Listen. When your third main event match has more syllables in it than any of the other matches, that's a problem. That's a problem.
How about you said the third main event match on a card with 4 matches?
So the second.
Wait a minute.
I feel bad for Jeff Hardy and Elias now.
Yeah, right?
Oh, man.
Like,
They're doomed.
I'm crying.
Outside the club, you can't even
I'm
get
crying
in.
over it.
Okay, well here's a thought, right? Here's food for thought. The next match will be the main event of the evening. It will be for the WWE Championship in a Hell in a Cell match. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Actually, I could be wrong. Maybe the Universal goes last because of Roman, I believe. Maybe. But either way, which Hell in a Cell do y'all like out of the 3? Which one has potential here?
Well, I mean, I think the overstipulated stipulation match with the stipulation in it is a really interesting match. I think that's going to be the most interesting match of the night. I really don't have high hopes for McIntyre Orton. It's going to be like a hard-hitting match, which is cool. But I think the better match is going to be Reigns and Uso. I think that's going to be an interesting element. That I quit.
You see,
I quit.
So I see your choice of match, and I raise.
You gonna raise us? Ooh, I love when
I'm gonna raise you. I'm gonna raise
the
you
cage,
one.
baby.
To talk about Randy Orton, we like you said before, Mischief. Randy Orton is a man that delivers when it comes to being in Hell in a Cell. And the one thing we have yet to see is a fucking RKO off of a Claymore, and that shit could happen in a cage. This is all I'm saying. Ingenuity is something that Randy Orton loves, and it's a perfect opportunity for it. Yes, even you yourself are saying, how the fuck is that possible? How the fuck was a stomp and RKO? How was the stomp and RKO possible?
Wouldn't it be a neck breaker?
I'll tell you what, if that spot is pulled off, that could be show stealing for me. Because
yo, what would stop Randy Orton from him, Drew McIntyre doing the Claymore? Randy Orton stepping to the side and then fucking RKO.
He's missed the Claymore.
That's how I see it. Drew would have to spin and help a bit.
Yeah, Drew's got to pull down. Drew's got to turn that.
But yeah, it can be done. It can be done.
It could be done. So I expect that. But well, that was the match I was gonna say that I was looking forward to. Go ahead.
No, well, I see Bayley and Sasha trying to steal the show, but something like that can upset it and probably take from it, because that's what everybody's kind of leaning towards Bayley and Sasha here.
So what is it gonna take for Bayley and Sasha to steal the show? Do we need to see blood? Is it got to be color in this match?
No, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing some color for one, and I want to see more accuracy than speed in this. I would love to see them take their time,
more tactful,
and really tell the story, get out every spot perfect, because you're gonna need it. I'm gonna be very picky. But nah, man, I think Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, can probably steal it. I want to see more story with Roman Reigns though too. With the Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, I want to see more teasing of the faction.
I really wish it was not. Are you guys sure it's a Hell in a Cell? It's a Hell in a Cell I Quit match? That's wild.
Yeah, it's
That is
three
a lot.
matches in a Hell in a Cell.
That's a lot of letters.
I
Somebody
just wish
told
it
me that
wasn't
once.
all that. Because that
No, all that was on Nickelodeon on Saturday nights. It's
They
Sunday.
actually-
might be the reason that McIntyre match is going to be better. Possibly, potentially. I
Well-
think that they're doing too much in that match. And I quit
that's
that
fair.
match.
How do you feel about the build? Because that can play a role in it too. I know the build was there, and we had some crazy great Orton matches. He's reclaimed his throne as top heel in my eyes. I think in the past with this past feud. So the feud was there, but for some reason I'm just still not invested as I am with Bayley Sasha.
Question for you guys: has there ever been a last man standing match in the Hell in a Cell?
There will be soon.
Right? I feel like it's the same thing. But I'm telling you, the only reason they made an I Quit match is for Paul Heyman to get him in the ring asking questions.
Yeah,
to Jey
get him
Uso.
with the mic.
Yo,
Oh,
bro,
okay.
be mad
That's
annoying,
true.
yo. Be mad annoying with the mic. Remember when Leo Rush
Absolutely.
did that shit?
Yes, that'd be
Do
amazing.
that. Get your money's worth.
Amazing.
I say you add Inferno match to this main event and then call it a day.
Like the
Inferno?
one behind us.
Inferno, I Quit Hell in a Cell sounds so much easier off the tongue.
Oh, really?
You know what else is easy
I
on the
Quit
tongue?
Hell in a Cell. That's
That's
all the
for
time we
another-
have for you folks this week. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for joining us, the bad guys, because guess what? It will be 4 matches on this card alone.
Asshole.
Four
It will
is
be
four.
4 lonely fucking matches on this card. I promise you. We're doing it for you early because we know they ain't adding no more because they can't. They got no more time. And they're still going to get it wrong. Pretty Chubby, please enlighten the fans on how they can show us some love on their way out.
Check us out on IG, Facebook, and Twitter, HVC2 Sweet, and on YouTube, Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots. Hit that subscribe button. Too sweet that play button.
Salad.
Enséñame ese dessert, though.